Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It is the CAULFIELD'S here, and today we are continuing our playthrough of Arcane. So as usual, if you guys want to enjoy it, consider liking this video as well as subscribing. I really do appreciate your support here, but most importantly, it's so that you don't miss future episodes or uploads of single player playthroughs or content just like this one. And with that being said, let's get this episode started. So here we are in the game. We are currently, I believe, in the Crucible area, coming off a very successful previous episode, of course, which involved us beating the Crew Salvager, and beating the Crew Salvager essentially gathered us the awarded us, I should say, the effigy of the benevolent wind goddess. So, one more thing to note is that the previous battle was fairly difficult, so if you guys are having some trouble with that one, I highly recommend checking out the previous episode. That's because I did give you guys a very transparent and very clear rundown of what I was running on the champion that we sent into battle the Crew Salvager, which was Alawi. So yeah, I basically went through the weapons, armor, trinkets, stuff and all that, and I believe I also went through the rune pages as well as the abilities I had on her, so it's really well documented, I would say. So yeah, if you guys are having a little bit of trouble in that segment, I highly recommend checking out the previous episode. But yeah, moving on, we also acquired the other two crafting components, which was of course the Empyrean's Whisker or the Whisker of the Wind's Fury. This was actually acquired 2 episodes back, I think in the in a warehouse near Baron's Rest. So it was a fairly easy mission, so I don't think you guys should be having any trouble with that one. We also acquired the Maple Seeds touched by the wind, Patience of the Wind. This was acquired relatively early on by accident, to be fair. I think during episode 85, which was Zephyr's Peak, that was the first time we visited the Windrake Isles, and I believe on the area Zephyr's Peak, there was some sort of wind turbine puzzle there that you need to solve. I cannot remember the exact solution right now, but I'm gonna give it to you in the comment section down below, so possibly check that out if you're having some trouble. But with that in mind, we're just gonna go ahead and move on from that, because what we need to do today is we actually need to go ahead and grab the other components for the next legendary weapon that I am dead set on getting solved. So basically the legendary weapon in question is going to be the Duskblade or Draktar, which is of course Pike's legendary weapon. So this is a very interesting one because to be fair, this is actually fairly simple to complete as well. The Storm Razor is simple. Duskblade or Draktar is also quite simple. I think out of these 6, I think the Oblivion Orb should be okay as well. No, Heart of the Goddess is very simple. After the Duskblade Draktar, Heart of the Goddess, Oblivion Orb, I think then Orn's Will, followed by Abigail's Legacy. So basically why I say it's simple, that is because I've actually compiled a PDF file which actually entails all the entails and encompasses all the the crafting components for the legendary weapons here in the game. I think towards the end there was also a little bit of mention about the level 3 ultimates for each champion as well. So basically, from what I've analyzed from that compilation, I would say the simple ones are the, in terms of the legendary weapons, of course, are the Duskblade Draktar, the Storm Razor, Heart of the Goddess should be fairly easy as well. And I think the Oblivion Orb would come next, followed by Orn's Will, and then Abigail's Legacy. So, if you guys would like to check out that PDF, it's in the media file link as well in the description and in the comment section down below. Feel free to go download it. I'm not benefiting from it in any way. I just want to help you guys with your playthroughs out there. So if it helps you, it puts a smile on my face. That's all. Okay, let's go ahead and carry on with today's episode, which is of course, like I said, the Duskblade or Draktar. So we need to find the serrated DIRK and the bottomless source of shadow power, as well as CAULFIELD'S Warhammer. Now, out of these 3, 2 of it is actually very easy to complete. The other one would be a fair challenge, I would say, and the one that's challenging is going to be the bottomless source of shadow power from the depths. You'll see why later on, but for today's episode we're going to focus on the CAULFIELD'S Warhammer as well as the serrated DIRK. So first I'm going to show you how to get the CAULFIELD'S Warhammer, and this is actually in Bilgewater right here, so we don't need to travel far for this. Basically it's just close by. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to cut the video here, and I'm going to meet you guys in the corresponding area. Okay everyone, we are back, and this is where we need to be. So let me just quickly go ahead and show you where this is before we proceed. So this is currently, I believe, the southwest of the the Bilgewater's fast travel gondola station, as well as the bounty board here. So this is the ship salvage yard. If I just refocus to the map, so there we go, ship salvage yard. Okay, what we need to do here is we need to access low tide market, and as you can see, we just need to head into this area over here. So let me just go ahead and show you precisely where this is. It's denoted by a archway with giant teeth. So let's just head in. Okay, So as you can see, we have some sort of vendor here. Now, if you recall, this is very similar to the place where we first encountered Ari and Yasod. You know, the cutscene where they went ahead and I believe Ari purchased some sort of intended to purchase some sort of sunstone, and the vendor told her that he sold it to someone else. So basically, this is where we need to go. So if I just go ahead and interact with this guy, and if we say we want to buy something off of him, you'll notice right off the bat that he only trades in a different type of currency. So this is actually called black marks, and an interesting thing about black marks is that the only way to acquire them, well, there's actually two ways to acquire black marks, and one of them is actually involving, I believe, the trading in of artifacts. So if I just quickly go ahead and show you what I mean, if we go to the inventory tab here, and if we go into the treasures tab, you'll notice that we have a collection of a couple of stuff that we acquired throughout the way. These are actually artifacts, and you guys could possibly check it out to see what you've got. So we have some good stuff here: polished Fahrenheit Talisman, 12 black marks, pristine Fahrenheit Talisman, 14 black marks. I'm not going to go through all of them, just to show you basically what the gist is. So if we sell this to this guy, he should give us about, I think, 211 black marks. Cool. Now that is one way of acquiring black marks. Is trading in artifacts and stuff. One thing to note is that I'm not sure what's a reliable way of getting artifacts. To my knowledge, some of these artifacts are actually loot in some of the chests in the game, and I believe it is also, I think, some random drops off of some enemies if you're lucky or something. So yeah, I'm not really sure what's a reliable way to get artifacts, but trading in artifacts is one way of getting black marks. Okay. Another way of getting black marks is also by actually doing something called fishing. Now, for those of you with weaker systems like myself, fishing could be a little bit of a problem. I understand that, but thankfully you should have enough black marks at this stage. Or if you do not, I think you need to trade. You should have enough artifacts that you can trade in. But yeah, one good way to acquire black marks is by fishing. And I believe when you catch some fish, you can actually trade it with a guy outside of this area here. I think I'll just show you later on. But yeah, you could trade it with the guy outside this area, and he will basically give you some black marks in return, which you can use to purchase from this vendor over here. So yeah, that's one thing to note. I do believe there is some mandatory fishing segments coming up. If you want to go ahead and grab the I think Brom's legendary weapon, of course, there is a mandatory fishing segment. But like I said, I'm running this on a very low end low end system, so I think there will be a little bit of lag there, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But for now, we're just gonna deal with Pike's legendary weapon first. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go ahead and interact with this merchant, and we're actually gonna go ahead and just purchase the CAULFIELD'S Warhammer off of him in the quest item tab. So we have a couple of skins here, as you can see. Dark Waters allow a Piltover Pike and all that. I have not purchased any of them, and I don't think I will. It could be a bit of a controversial opinion for me, but I think using skins actually just breaks the immersion of the game, because the champions look a bit different and a bit they look like not how do I say it? The champions look not like they're supposed to. So a bit different. That's essentially the bottom line. But yeah, we'll leave that for later. We might purchase them, we might not. But for now, we're just gonna go ahead and purchase a CAULFIELD'S Warhammer. Okay, cool. Item is sold out. So you might notice that there is another key item here called the Lighthouse Key. Now this one is actually used in Miss Fortune's legendary weapon. However, I'm not going to purchase it yet because we're not doing Miss Fortune's legendary weapon quest. We're only going to purchase it when we do Miss Fortune's quest. That's because I think it's more organized and more systematic that way. Since we're focusing this episode on Pike, we're just going to focus on Pike's legendary weapon and the required items. So I don't want to essentially I don't want to mix it up and confuse you guys out there. So basically, yeah, we're gonna leave the Lighthouse Key for later. Okay, let's go ahead and leave because this is all we need to purchase. So what we need to do now is we need to head to, I believe, the the next objective, I think. So the Serrated DIRK. Now the Serrated DIRK I think is on the Shadow Isles, if I'm not mistaken, and we've actually been to this particular area, the Stonelake Repository. I think it was to the south of the ruinous Rotwood area. So yeah, let me just go ahead and quickly head over there real quick. We need to use Miss Fortune's I believe the fast travel ability with the Charming Lady, right? Yeah, so we need to use that to get to the Shadow Isles. So I think what I'll do is I'll cut the video to the area where we actually where we're actually supposed to go. So yeah, I'll see you guys in a second. Okay everyone, as you can see, we are in the Shadow Isles. We are in the Drowned Port area. So the place that we need to go is actually Stonelake Repository. I believe I been there relatively early on in the series, and we encountered some sort of giant golem there that we did not face because he was too high of a level. So yeah, we decided to leave that for later, and apparently that is actually a mandatory fight to get the serrated DIRK. So I'm just gonna quickly show you the quickest way there, and then I'll meet you guys just outside of Stonelake Repository. Well, not outside of Stonelake Repository, but I believe we have to use Pike's Ghost Water Dive ability to get there. So I'll just meet you guys outside that area. But first, let me just tell you where it is. The quickest way there, if you're just coming back from the Shadow Isles of if you're in Drowned Port, of course, you're heading there, after you've left the area. All you need to do is you need to go ahead and use this teleporter here, head to the grove, and then I believe head into the ruinous Rotwood, and I think head south. I'll show you later on. Let me just fast travel to the grove, and yeah, I'll meet you guys back in a second. Okay guys, here we are back. So this is basically where we need to go to head to Stonelake Repository. I believe we've been to this area relatively early on during the first time we passed by this area. I think this area is also called the ruinous Rotwoods, right? Yeah, it is called the ruinous Rotwoods. So one thing to note, if you guys are coming back, there's gonna be quite a number of enemies here. I fought some of them. I did off camera just because I want to save up some time, and at the same time, they're just basically standard battles which aren't that which aren't that important. I would rather keep it for this next bit, which there's actually a mandatory battle in this next segment. So yeah, I'll show it to you in a second. But yeah, this is where we need to go. So how are we gonna get to Stonelake Repository? For those of you who are unaware, basically you need to head towards this grate over here, and Pike will you obviously have to have Pike in your team to access the grates. So with Pike in your team, you're gonna want to head to Stonelake Repository, which is right over here. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and head in. Flimsy grate, water both sides. Okay, let's dive. Okay, here we are. So this is Stonelake Repository. If you recall, we have been here before, which is why this door is open, and I believe this is actually a manuscript piece over here. We've also unlocked that already. So if we head in, there should be a golem inside that we need to kill. So let me just go ahead and go in and confront him. Alright, so we are inside Stonelake Repository. Okay, this isn't important. Okay, the golem should be just up ahead here. Let me just go ahead and sprint towards him just to save us some time. He should be lurking about here. Now we have to kill him. I don't think we can afford fleeing him. We must kill this guy. Okay. He is level 20, so should be a fairly easy battle. Hopefully you're taking him on when Pike is fairly, over leveled, and if that's the case, it should be alright. Let me just go ahead and read what he does first for you guys. So, eliminate intruder deals extreme damage, only usable if target is acquired. Crush deals more damage here, and acquired target applies acquired target to a champion. Target acquired is removed if target is stealth. Exposed lifeline damage taken from Pike's ignites, poisons, and bleeds increase greatly. Okay, so this is pretty, pretty easy for Pike, I would say. All we need to do is we just need to, farm carves, I think, and it should, take him out relatively easily. Okay, let's go ahead and do a carve here. And we almost got him down to half, which is amazing. Okay, let's do another carve. See, even the debuffs take him out. So, yeah, this is actually a fairly easy battle. If you're coming back from, how would I say it? If you are coming back to this area, if you're taking him on the first time, if you had Pike the first time in the first run, you're probably gonna have a little bit of difficulty. But yeah, this is definitely much easier. Okay, so we've already got this serrated DIRK here, and I believe that is the weapon that we need to go ahead and craft. What is it? The Dustblade or Draktar. So we already have two of the components. I just realized that they're actually not not checked here. I noticed serrated DIRK when you go ahead and head back into the grate and you leave the area, a cutscene will play and automatically you will have the the checklist for the serrated DIRK. Now, what I'm a bit concerned about is that the fact that the CAULFIELD'S Warhammer is not checked. Because if I'm not mistaken, the Caulfield's Warhammer should be checked by now. The Serrated DIRK is a bit weird, but you know what? Well, let's just go ahead and take a look and see. Maybe it's a little bit of a bug in the system. Okay, let's head back, and to my understanding, a cutscene should play. That dagger, it's cursed. I can feel it from here, the shadow magic within. Shadow magic, eh? You don't suppose it has anything to do with that Order of Shadow? I hope not. If this blade belonged to them, they might be near. They have eyes and ears everywhere. This belongs to the depths. It belongs with me. But if the Order comes for it, then we'll let them come. A bit foreboding there from Pike. Okay, so pretty much that's it. We have acquired the Serrated DIRK from the Order of the Shadow. So, we've already obtained Caulfield's Warhammer. I'm pretty certain of it. I'm not sure why the hell is it not checked, which is a bit concerning. Hopefully, hopefully this doesn't fuck things up later when we go ahead and craft the Dustblade or Draktar. But yeah, hopefully it's okay. Just to double check, we do have the Serrated DIRK. It is in the equipment menu here. It is also an equipable item, but we're not going to use it because we have the Enchanted Flame Blade, which is actually much better on Pike. Yes, the DIRK has a little bit more attack power, but you know, we're losing a lot of health with the Serrated DIRK, so we're gonna keep the Flame Blade on Pike. I think the Caulfield's Warhammer should be in the key items here. Just to double check, yes, Caulfield's Warhammer is in here, but I am a bit concerned that, it is not checked. Hopefully it's just a visual bug and, it will sort itself out later. Okay, so that means this leaves us with just one more item, which is, of course, the bottomless source of shadow power from the depths. Now, this one is actually a tough battle to my understanding, so I don't think we'll have enough time to take it on in this particular episode, because that's going to be a lengthy battle in itself. So with that in mind, I think what I like to do is I like to leave that for the next episode, and I will show you how to defeat the corresponding enemy to get the the bottomless source of shadow power. So I also believe this is actually has some tie-ins to a particular bounty back in Bilgewater. I think I might even just go back to Bilgewater just to show you what bounty it is, and then we'll head out to the corresponding location. But we're gonna leave all that for the next episode because, like I said, we're running out of time. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode of Ruined King, and hopefully you found this short little tutorial of how to get the Caulfield's Warhammer as well as the Serrated DIRK helpful. So yeah, if you guys found it helpful and enjoyable, please consider leaving a like as well as hitting that big red sub button down below. I really do appreciate your support here, but most importantly, it's so that you don't miss future episodes or uploads of single player playthroughs or content just like this one. And with that being said, this is CAULFIELD'S signing off. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all so much for joining me. Hopefully I catch you all in the next episode. Goodbye.